Mafia: The Old Country is my first game in the franchise, and if it's anything to go by, I should be diving into the rest of them soon. This game is a beautiful romp through what feels like a classic mob script, with a unique setting, excellent performances, and tight pacing that was a joy to experience. Mafia: The Old Country is a stunningly linear game, especially for 2025. The third-person, single-player-only story campaign is quick, feeling like an on-rails adventure through each tumultuous chapter, but I found its length just right in the end. I finished the game in just under 12 hours, and the story told was an engaging one of crime and corruption, as you probably expected, but also about love and family. Set in the early 1900s Sicily, you play as Enzo Favara, a boy who was sold to a sulfur mine at a young age who finds himself embroiled with a crime family over the course of his adult life. The game's story feels like it could have been ripped from a mob movie decades ago, but the time period and setting set it apart, offering up some truly unique weapons, vehicles, and locales. Enzo climbs his way through the ranks of the organization, doing the family's dirty work and coming into his own as a man who started with nothing and becomes a man of respect. And when it comes to respect, unlike many bloated open-world games these days, Mafia: The Old Country respects your time as a player. It even lets you skip long driving segments if you wish, wrapping itself up properly in an ultimately satisfying story conclusion. It's as long as it needs to be to tell an engaging tale. You can replay chapters at any time and revisit locations in the semi-open world setting, if you choose to do so. But I found myself happy with the game and ready to move on once I finished it. It was refreshing to open up a world map in a game and not see hundreds of icons and objectives to finish. The Old Country's gameplay segments are sorted into a couple different styles, including gun combat, one-on-one knife fights, driving, horseback riding, and stealth. None of these components are spectacular on their own, but their varied pacing throughout the game's events creates a solid package where nothing feels out of place or too much of a slog at any given time. The knife boss fights are fun, but a bit too easy for my taste, although I played on normal difficulty. You can attack, parry, dodge, and break the enemy's guard, but everything is pretty telegraphed and simple to execute. Where the game truly shines, though, is in its characters and the actors behind them in the story they tell. It invokes memories of classic mob films in the past, and it's just a good time. The game clocks in at $50 for its base edition, which I think is fair. You're along for the ride in a classic Mafia story, playing and growing as Enzo, and once the tale is complete, you're free to find the variety of collectibles around the countryside and cities, or move on to something different. After finishing Mafia: The Old Country, I will remember it fondly as a solid solo game experience, and I wish we could have more games of the same ilk. It doesn't waste my time with open world bloat, it tells a compelling story, and it gives you the option of being a completionist if you choose. But let us know if you plan on picking it up. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. This is Destructoid, and we will see you guys next time.